Pain and provocation, opportunities to cultivate character. In life, it's inevitable that we will face pain, difficulties, and provocations from the world around us. But instead of viewing these difficulties as obstacles that prevent us from moving forward, Stoics perceive them as golden opportunities to develop and strengthen their inner character. Every challenge is a chance to discover and unleash our inner strength, discipline our will, and become the best version of ourselves. Epictetus' story, Overcoming Limitations. Epictetus is a prime example of overcoming physical pain. Born a slave, he lived his entire life with a crippled leg. But instead of letting his physical pain define him, he learned to view his suffering as a challenge for his willpower. To Epictetus, his lame leg was merely a limitation to his body, but his mind remained free and untouched by pain. The lesson here is, pain and illness may affect the body, but the mind can remain free if we choose not to let physical limitations overwhelm our spirit. The same applies to the challenges we face daily. When confronted with pain, instead of sinking into self-pity, we must see it as an opportunity to test and develop our character. Challenges as opportunities to build character. In Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, he emphasizes that no one can prevent you from being a good and upright person, except yourself. This means that no matter what circumstances we face, we always have the choice to act virtuously. This is our inner strength. We control our actions, thoughts, and emotions. We might face major setbacks in life, such as the loss of a loved one, betrayal, or career failure. But rather than seeing these as barriers, view them as opportunities to cultivate patience, courage, and resilience. Just as an athlete must endure grueling training sessions to build strength and endurance, mental challenges are our way of building inner fortitude, learning to control emotions. Another lesson from the life of Epictetus reminds us that the most important thing is not the circumstance, but how we respond to it. When insulted, Epictetus advises us not to react immediately with anger. Instead, we should pause and use our reason to calmly assess the situation. By doing this, we can transform negative emotions into calmness and forgiveness. In a world full of provocations, it's easy to feel insulted, betrayed, or disrespected. But when we encounter these negative emotions, instead of impulsively reacting, take a moment to reflect. Is this worth getting angry over? Can I choose a calmer, more appropriate response? A friend of mine once experienced this. He was criticized by a colleague during an important meeting. His initial reaction was anger and humiliation. But instead of responding impulsively, he took a deep breath, remained calm, and chose to reply professionally. As a result, he not only preserved his reputation, but also demonstrated his maturity and emotional control, turning obstacles into opportunities. Marcus Aurelius' famous saying, "The obstacle is the way," reminds us that every obstacle can become an opportunity if we know how to harness it. For example, when you face failure at work, instead of wallowing in self-pity, view it as a chance to learn from mistakes and develop new skills. Successful people aren't those who never encounter difficulties, but those who know how to overcome them. Marcus Aurelius also emphasized that just as nature can absorb any obstacle and turn it into fuel, we can transform our challenges into building blocks to reach our goals. A rational being knows how to use every obstacle, not to avoid it, but to turn it into motivation for growth. Practicing discipline with small challenges. Epictetus suggests that we start by practicing discipline with small challenges. If you have a headache, practice not complaining. If you hear an insult, practice patience. Every situation in life is an opportunity to hone your character. No one is born perfect, and no one becomes strong and resilient overnight. It takes daily practice, step by step. A friend of mine went through a difficult period when his company faced a crisis. At that time, instead of complaining or trying to escape responsibility, he viewed the situation as an opportunity to learn and test his leadership skills. As a result, not only did he overcome the crisis, but he also emerged as a stronger leader, and so did his entire team. Conclusion: opportunities to grow. Every day we face difficulties, from small daily challenges to major life obstacles. But instead of letting these difficulties hold us back, we should see them as lessons, opportunities to grow and improve. Every time we encounter pain, remember it's an opportunity to practice patience. When provoked, it's a chance to develop tolerance and calmness. As people on the path to self-improvement and personal growth, we must remember that every obstacle on our path can be turned into an opportunity if we know how to see and use it. By practicing daily, little by little, we will gradually become the best version of ourselves.